Before we have our invocation, I would just take a moment and welcome you and thank you for being here today. I know I speak for all the gentlemen that are up here on the stage with me today, that we are delighted that you have made this time a part of your celebrations, how important it is at this crossroads in life's journey that we take a moment to connect with God. With that said, I'll turn things over to Pastor Terry Whittemore, who's going to share our invocation with us this morning.
Good morning. Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you with thanksgiving. We are thankful for who you are. You are so good, so loving, and kind to us, your children. We are thankful for this day because this is a day that you've made, and as your word declares, we rejoice and are glad in it. This is a special day with special young women and men who will graduate, and we are again thankful that your hand has been upon them, both seen and unseen, keeping them and bringing them to this time in their lives. We are thankful for the teachers and administrators, thankful for their loving families. We express our praise to you, O God, as we consider your great works. We know that you are not done with these young people. Our hearts are full as we consider the past, present, and especially the future of these Foxcroft Academy students. And we ask most of all today for the blessing of your presence upon all. And we ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. You may be seated. Let us now hear the word of God. In 2 Timothy 4, verses 1 through 8, it reads, I charge you in the presence of God and of Christ Jesus, who is to judge the living and the dead, and by his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word, be ready in season and out of season, reprove, rebuke, and exhort with complete patience and teaching. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. As for you, always be sober-minded, endure suffering, do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your ministry. For I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure has come. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing.
Before we have a musical interlude and then move on to our address, we take a moment that we might join our hearts in prayer for our graduates, yes, but also for the world in which we live. Let us pray together. Merciful and everlasting God, as we gather in this place, we do so in a spirit of celebration. Young people are full of excitement as they consider their future, parents and families full of pride. It is a day of joy, and for that we give thanks. We ask your blessing upon each and every one of us, not only today, but in the days and weeks and years ahead. Bless us that we might be a blessing in a world that is not always so familiar with joy. Keep us mindful, O God, that our privileges are just that, privileges not enjoyed by all. Even now there are those who live in fear. Even now there are those whose homelands have become battlegrounds. Even now there are those who hunger and thirst, those who have no access to education or medical care. Even now there are those who mourn, and those wrestling with the depths of despair. We step aside from our celebrations that we might remember such as these. We lift them up to you. We pray that you would be at work in our world and through our lives. Bring peace, justice, empowerment, healing, and hope, and use us as instruments in your work. By your Spirit, take hold of every heart and mind in this place, younger, older, and everywhere in between, and make us to be your hands and feet, for the glory of your name and the good of all. This I ask in that name that's above every name, the name of Jesus the Christ, who with you and the Holy Spirit, one God, reigns now and forever. Amen.
I am going to play the trumpeter, or what is it? I am going to play Trumpeter, or The Reveries by Robert Schumann.
Morning when it is afternoon. That's just a habit, isn't it, for preachers? And I feel honored to be here. You know, I was figuring it out, and this is my 8th time since 2006 when my son graduated, and I was able to be a part of this ceremony. And I find it very refreshing. You graduates not only go to a school that I know excels in academic excellence, but also has the same idea that I do. That it's not about just the mind, although that's important, isn't it, to feed the mind. It's not about just our bodies, which I know I could use a little bit of help there. I know that. But it's also about our spiritual life as well. And I'm pleased to see this many here today. And I like how they're sitting in the front row. I like that. But these words that we're going to talk about today are something that I want to encourage you. These words that Terry just read from 2 Timothy chapter 4, 1 through 8, Paul is the apostle of Jesus Christ, and he's writing to a young man, Timothy. And I want to encourage you today to find Christian people that you can be with that will give you good counsel, that will give you not only maybe things you want to hear, but also the things that we may not want to hear. I have been married to a wonderful wife for 36 years, and that woman will tell me exactly what she thinks. If you've been married any length of time, you understand that. And that's okay, because there is a relationship that we have that opens that door of honesty. And that is what we need today. You need good, godly honesty in your life. Someone to help you. Paul was writing Timothy and encouraging him to keep going. Don't quit. Timothy was a young preacher, so he was telling him to keep preaching. Don't quit. Preach the word. You know something? You may not want to hear this, but some of you here may end up being a preacher. Oh, I got real quiet now, didn't it? Well, I'll tell you, God uses men and women in many ways, doesn't he? And there's an opportunity today, as we hear these words, to examine ourselves, to examine our good counsel that we need. One thing he also says here is he says to be instant in season and out of season. It's going to be tough living a Christian life. My two children have graduated, and they are in business. My son is working as a correctional officer, and my daughter is an English teacher. I can tell you that as a parent, and as you parents are sitting here and you friends, you're hoping that you did everything you can do for your children, aren't you? Just like I did. But when they get out into this world, there's going to be many decisions that they're going to have to make on their own. And I'm going to tell you, some decisions you make may not always be easy to make. But as Paul was encouraging Timothy, keep the course, be instant, be ready, be on fire, don't quit. Stay on fire for what you're supposed to be doing. And whatever that is, whatever God has called you to do in your life, one thing you should always remember is God has always called us to serve him. God has always called every one of us to reach out and to be a witness to those around us. As the prayer that was given, Jesus Christ was mentioned. I want to encourage you today to look to Jesus in your life. For he is the only way. John says that no man can come unto the Father except through Jesus. I am the way, the truth, and the life, he says. That doesn't mean that you cannot... I don't want to see him over here in the corner, do I? First time I did this, I was such a goofy guy, I couldn't even remember the science teacher's name, and right now I still can't. Worthing, there we go. I wanted to say Woodard, but it's not. And it was funny because I've known this man for a few years, and my son knew him, played football with him and others, and it was like, how could I forget him? But it's all right. But you know something? We all need good advice. We need help in our lives, and it's okay to ask for help. Paul was Timothy's father in the faith. You need to find someone who will give you the word that you need to hear. He goes on and he says, I'm going to read this verse to you. For there will come a time when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. There are going to be people who will not listen to you when you speak. You know that, right? There are going to be folks who will not listen to good counsel. There are going to be folks who will not listen to you, and they will turn to others to get the answers that they want. I want to encourage you today, you look into the Word of God, and with good counsel, God will lead you to those men and women who can help you in your life. I'm thankful to be up here today with these two men. One is right here in town and one is in Quebec. And I know for a fact that if you needed ever to talk to somebody, they would be there to listen. Find good counsel. I will too. I pastor in Dexter. Don't hold that against me. Yes, a man divided, right? But there will always be those who will not want good counsel. Proverbs 15:22 says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. I will tell you that in my life, I wish I'd have listened to good counsel. My mother always told me, she said, George, you learn the hard way. I said, yes, ma'am. And I did. I learned the hard way. You don't have to learn the hard way, but I'm sure many of you will. Because if you were like me, you wanted to try to do things your own way, didn't you? And won't you? I'm sure if I ask your parents, your grandparents, or your friends, they will tell me, yes, they tried things their own way and look what happened. It doesn't always work, does it? I was in the Air Force for 7 years, and I'm proud to be a part of that. But one thing I can tell you is I went to school for postal. I wanted to be a post office guy, work in the post office. I loved it. Well, I was taking the test for the international portion of this test. And I knew the USPS part, I knew the United States part, I knew the books well enough. I was able to pass those with flying colors, but when it came to the international part, I choked. I took the first test and failed. I never failed much in anything in my life. And I'm thinking, I'm smart enough for this. Well, I took it again, and I failed again. I'm scratching my head, and here comes this big old sergeant. I mean, he was a big dude. He could have been a football player. You never know. He goes, Deaver. And he said a few other things, which I will not say here. He says to me, you need to pass this test tomorrow, or you're going to be recycled out. And I went, oh, that's great pressure, isn't it? Well, I go in the next day, and I take this test. And I'm sitting in the office, and I'm kind of scared because I'll tell you what, I didn't want to be farmed out. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay where I was. He comes in, he goes, woo! I go, what happened? I failed. He goes, you passed. You aced it. Oh, thank the Lord. My point is, don't quit. People are going to be against you. You're going to do things, and you're going to fall. You know what? If you don't fall, then something's wrong. I heard an athletic coach say one time, he said, if you don't fail once in a while, then you'll never learn. Everybody fails once in a while. Everybody falls short, don't we? But don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. You know, Jesus, when he came here and he died on the cross, he did not stop. Jesus went all the way to the cross, didn't he? He died on the cross for our sins to save us so that we can spend eternity with him. All you have to do is believe in him. But you can overcome with his help. I want to read some things to you, if I may, about those who did not quit. Well, if I can find my paper. You ever been up preaching before and you couldn't find your paper? There we go. Here's one. Henry Ford failed when he went broke 5 times before he finally succeeded. How many of you like chicken? Colonel Sanders had the construction of a new road put him out of business in 1967. He went to over 1,000 places trying to sell his chicken recipe before he found a buyer. 7 years later, at the age of 75, Colonel Sanders sold his first chicken company for a finger licking $15 million. Don't quit. Keep going. Because if you keep going, you will find out at the end that you're going to meet your intended goal. Or at least the intended goal that God has for you. I will be honest with you, I did not ever plan to be a preacher. I didn't grow up saying I was going to be a preacher. No, I grew up wanting to be a doctor. I grew up wanting to be a history teacher. I liked history. And so the Lord put me in a position where I can be hopefully helping you with your spiritual life and give you some history lessons at the same time. But let's not quit. Let's focus on what is good. Another one, let me read this real quick for you football fans. When NFL running back Herschel Walker was a junior in high school, he wanted to play football, but the coach told him he was too small. He advised young Herschel to go out for track instead, but he was never one to give up. He ignored the coach's advice and began an intense training program to build himself up. Only a few years later, Herschel Walker won the Heisman Trophy. Don't quit. Whatever God has placed you in a position of service, keep on keeping on. I like a gentleman today, Stephen Curry. You know who Curry is? He plays for the Golden State Warriors right now, doesn't he? And I don't know who you're going for or not, but I'm a West Coast fan, so that tells you who I'm going for. Golden State, whatever. In this interview, he says this. He gives a compliment. He gives a compliment to James. And he says, one of the best shooters in the NBA you'll ever see is James. You just hope he misses. This is a man who was a great man, who did not stop playing, who kept going, who worked hard, still serves the Lord. My hope is that whatever you do in life, you will still serve the Lord. You won't stop serving Him and keep Him first. You know, when he makes a three-point shot, he points up. He's giving glory to God, folks. And that's what he's doing. May you do that today. We also look at the Canadian actress, Mary Pickford, reportedly said, to fall is not to fail unless you fail to get up again. Now, it's easy to give up when you keep falling down, isn't it? I've got a granddaughter. She's a little sweetheart, and I'm not prejudiced by any means. But she falls down and she gets right back up. She won't let anything beat her. When she started to crawl, she would start to crawl, and if she couldn't get to something, if it was on a blanket, she'd pull the blanket to her to get what she needed. That is a little girl that is pretty stubborn. Yes, she's my grandchild, I'm aware of that. But I want you to know that you can overcome the things in this world if you will just stay focused on Jesus and His love. May God be with you, young people. I'm praying for you. Tragedy will strike, but may you find good counsel to help you when you have fallen. Find someone that you can trust in, someone that you can have faith in. If it be not your parents, find someone that you can talk to. Because I want you to keep going. I want you to be able to say at the end of your life, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith. I want you, when this world is over for you, that you can say, I've done everything that God's called me to do. I was honorable in my job. How many of you have seen the movie Fireproof? Somebody's seen the movie Fireproof, right? There's a scene in there when Javier is offered a new job. Remember that, when he goes into the office and he's basically told, I need you to lie on this manifest. Well, he couldn't do that at that time. He couldn't answer the question if he wanted the job or not. So he goes home and he prays about it, talks to his wife, and then he comes back and he tells them, I can't do this. I cannot lie. That's dishonest. And they said, you know, this could take your job away. You can lose your job if you don't accept this. He goes, you're right. Well, then he thought he was fired. Well, they stood up, shook his hand, and say, Javier, you've got the job. Folks, it pays to be honest. And it pays to be truthful because we represent Jesus Christ in this world. One last thing. When you work, whatever you do, do all to the honor and glory of Jesus Christ. Follow Him, and He will set you free. He will help you. Your pastors will help you. I know these men up here will help you as well if you need the help. We live in a rough world. The prayer was about our nation and our world today. We need good counsel today, folks. May you find it. I hope you do. May God bless you. Congratulations to you. And may you succeed in whatever God has in store for you today. Thank you.
Once again, I want to thank you for being here today. We're going to end with our benediction, which I offer to you. It's written by Beth Nobe, and share it with you today, and our graduates are going to stand for that final benediction. May the God of all creation, who numbered our days before a single one came to be, bless you and prosper you from strength to strength. May the God of all wisdom, who sent holy prophets to guide and teach us, inspire you with acts of integrity, to speak the truth with love and to pursue justice for all people. May the God of infinite compassion, whose love is brought to perfection in us when we love one another, stir your hearts to seek the common good. May the God of all salvation, the one who is slow to anger and abounding in mercy, keep you far from evil, rescue you from harm, and restore you to wholeness when trouble comes. May the God of all understanding give meaning and purpose to your work, bring joy and new life to the people you meet, provide wisdom to discern what is right and wrong. May the God of peace, that transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and minds, calm your fears, relieve your doubts, and sustain you with hope. The blessings of God be upon each and every one of you today, and may those blessings remain with you forever. Amen.
all set. Yep.
Check, check. Yeah. I'm good.
Check 1, 2. Testing. Check 1, 2.
Check, check.
I don't. I went.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Check 1, 2. Check.
Check, check. Check, check.
Check, check.
Check.
Check, check, check.
Check.
For the broken hearted, no silent prayer for the faith departed. Are you gonna be just a face in the crowd? Are you gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud? It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. My heart is like an open highway, like Frankie said I did it my way. And I just wanna live while I'm alive. It's my life. This is for the ones who stood their ground. Tommy and Gina who never backed down. Tomorrow's getting harder, make no mistakes. And luck ain't even lucky, gotta make your own break. And it's my life, it's now or never. And I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live while I'm alive. My heart is like an open highway, like Frankie said I did it my way. I just wanna live while I'm alive. It's my life. Toe in the car.
I thought that was the end. So, okay, are you only doing that twice now? You did that 4 times. Yeah. But is it 4? It's 4, right? Well, he has a full course twice, so like 4th and progression. Yeah. Yeah. Your soul was 2 full courses, right? So it's 4 student progression. Yeah, I left though and I forgot this and I forgot my tassel. Yeah, so
I don't need to play. It's wonderful. You guys done good without me. How about that? Awesome. Play your guitar. Your solo was great. I cranked it way up. It was great. Cranked it up here nicely. Lead vocal was fun. Brittany, I was really going on with my original. Hey, man, this sounds like a good
that's
idea.
okay.
Well, I'd like to. Can you sing that?
You don't need to hear me.
Can we try doing the harmony like
Check, 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 check.
Just like one guitar. Bass and the chorus. Ready? Without writing. What time is it?
Check one.
Check, check.
You know her whole family's here? What is it?
There's not much room.
Earlier it was broadcasting sound, so I had to turn down channel volume on there. Channel 1 was on. So on the left hand side there's like that, the two spinners. There's two spinners. I had to turn one of them down because it was broadcasting the sound. Across the whole camera.
I would now like to present the first member of the graduating class of 2016, Sean Donlin.
Honored guests, trustees, faculty, family, and friends, on behalf of FA Class of 2016, welcome to this year's graduation ceremony.
Avery, would you please pick that cup up? You can keep it if you wish, yes. Inside joke. President LaChance, Vice President of the Board, Mr. Annis, trustees, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and of course, the class of 2016. Welcome to the 193rd commencement of Foxcroft Academy. I'd like to thank Mr. Guthrie and the Foxcroft Academy Band for their performance this afternoon. Could we give them a round of applause, please? And the FA seniors and Wang Shu, who played beautifully at baccalaureate. Thank you so much. There are many people that deserve our thanks and heartfelt appreciation. First of all, I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees for their governance, support, and dedication to the students of Foxcroft Academy. We're all very fortunate to have these individuals that serve the Academy as trustees. Could we please give them a round of applause? Foxcroft Academy Superintendent of Buildings and Grounds, Tom Nason, and his team have once again done a tremendous job in preparing the facility for today's ceremony. Could we please give them a round of applause? Great job. And the person behind the scene overseeing thousands of details, making sure we're on cue, Miss Weatherby, thank you so much for everything you do. Counseling Services did an outstanding job this year with all the award ceremonies, and not to mention the valuable support they've provided for the seniors throughout their career at Foxcroft Academy. Thank you so much, counselors. And I'd like to thank all of the FA administrative assistants and staff for their behind-the-scenes support and hard work in support of student success, as well as I have the privilege of working with a tremendous administrative team, and I cannot thank them enough for all that they do for the students of Foxcroft Academy. Thank you so much. And seniors, you know as well as I do, what truly makes Foxcroft Academy an excellent school is our dedicated faculty and staff. Please join me in thanking them. And speaking of faculty, I'd like to call forward Mr. Worthing and Ms. Reyes-Henderson for training today's graduates in the art of marching. You did a great job. Thank you. And finally, seniors, we need to say a very big thank you to your family and friends for all their love and support, which undoubtedly made today possible. So please help me thank them. So every year, the challenge is to find a graduation gift that is different, useful, and meaningful. And this year, my son graduated from college, and Mrs. Shorey and I had the same task, which was a welcome change from the constant addition to his bank account. But Mrs. Shorey, being a former literacy specialist and a great advocate for reading, found this awesome book that we gave Chris. The book contains great advice for graduating seniors. Now, Chris never listens to me, and I thought maybe by reading this awesome book, he will understand the lessons that I want him to know. I've read it cover to cover several times, and I thought, wow, what a great gift for the class of 2016 who loves summer reading. It's entitled Pete the Cat's Groovy Guide to Life by Kimberly and James Dean. Now, when Chris was little, I used to look forward to reading to him and his brother. In fact, my wife, if you remember, she's a literacy specialist, or used to be, would say, now make sure you do a book walk before reading a new book. A book walk? I didn't know what a book walk. I thought you put it on their belly and go, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's not what a book walk is. A book walk is actually a protocol in introducing a piece of literature to the audience before you start reading it to them, often highlighting vocabulary. So before I assign you a final summer read, I will do sort of a book walk of Pete the Cat's Groovy Guide to Life, but instead of highlighting the vocabulary, I will highlight some of Pete's main points that I hope you and my son will come to understand. So as William Wordsworth said, to begin, begin. Helen Keller said, walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. And Pete the Cat says, far out. With friends, you are never alone. Graduates, you'll forever be a pony, so you'll never be alone. Stay in touch, visit often, and make sure you get a visitor's pass. Follow me on Twitter, and when you hear the school song, make sure you stand. And never forget that you're part of 193 years of tradition. Pete, later in the book, said, amazing things will happen when you work hard. That's a very simple message, a trait that you've been working on your whole academic life. Working hard is something that was instilled in me by my father, and I hope I did the same for my sons. No matter what your strengths and weaknesses are, you can always work hard in everything you do. Hard work is a necessary ingredient for success. Pete quotes one of my favorite leaders of all time, Abraham Lincoln. Most folks are as happy as they make their minds to be. The number one question when I ask candidates that wish to work at Foxcroft Academy is, are you a happy person? Because it matters greatly how one reacts to life and how you make others feel. Graduates, life is very short, and it's a much better journey with a positive attitude. And finally, I'd like to return to William Wordsworth's quote, to begin, begin. Pete the Cat says, life takes courage, be brave. Do you have the courage to be successful? Can you fight through the fear of rejection, failure, or falling down? In life, we all fall down, but it's the lessons that we've learned, and of course, the courage to get back up that are important. With hard work, a positive attitude, and courage, get back up and begin again. I hope my son can put into practice these very important traits, and I have the same hope for you. So your senior gift is a copy of Pete the Cat's Groovy Guide to Life, and it is your last summer reading assignment. And the good news is you have your whole life to read it. Class of 2016, I wish you all the best, and for one last time, ride on ponies. The class of 2016 Salutatorian is Wang Shu, Michael. Michael is the son of Xuan Shan and Wang Lei. He was born in Japan and moved to Shanghai, China at the age of 6. Michael has been very involved during his 4 years at Foxcroft Academy, participating in band, string ensemble, key club, and National Honor Society. He was also a member of the golf team and was president of the Asian Culture Club, captain of the math team, and a Rose Award recipient. Michael plans to attend the University of California at Berkeley, where he intends to declare a math major and hopes to one day to become a financial analyst. It is my honor to introduce Wang Shu, Salutatorian of the class of 2016. This is your, take my hand. Congratulations. I'll put this over here.
Thank you, Mr. Shori. Welcome, honorable guests, trustees, family members, faculty, student, and class of 2016. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the class of 16 commencement. On such a nice, well, cloudy day. I was planning to say on such a sunny day, but look at the weather, that's what we got. Today is a very important day in our lives because today we say farewell to FA and start a brand new chapter in our lives. Many of us have shared 4 years of fun, inspiration, growth, and study. So it is a perfect time for us to reflect upon these years we spent together. I come from Shanghai, which has a population of over 27 million people. So when I first arrived at Dover Foxcroft, I was shocked because I expected everywhere in the United States to be like New York City, or at least similar to it. However, Dover Foxcroft has a mere 5,000 residents, which I'm not exaggerating, but it's smaller than the neighborhood I live in China. But later on, as I experienced more of life in here, I found that Dover is not all that different from New York City. Well, first of all, people here speak exactly the same language as those in New York. Second, there are schools, markets, theaters, and restaurants in here, even a Chinese restaurant. And to be honest, that's all I need. The only real difference between Dover and New York City is that you can get a wicked good lobster roll here. So I changed my opinion about Dover and realized that it has been very cool to be able to live in here. As many of my international classmates had experienced, the language barrier was the biggest problem when I first arrived at FA. Also because it was the first time that I left my family and studied so far away from home in a foreign country. So I was panicked and didn't know what should I do or how should I act. To be honest, I tried to forget much of my freshman year because I don't want to know that how dumb I was back then. But however, after 4 years of study here, I know that I've grown up a lot and become much more mature and confident in myself. And of course, becoming a young adult is an experience that I share with all of my classmates here. During high school life, I have learned how to do calculus in math class, how to make friends and communicate with others in dorm and classroom. I learned why different things can fall at the same rate in my physics class, and why we all should read classical literature in my English class. But I'm still working on saying difficult words like thesaurus, just hard for me. Outside of classroom, I even learned about economics. Specifically, well, this is an example of difficult word, about the concept of monopoly, i.e., Moon Hee has definitely cornered the Foxcroft Academy market. I am sure that all of my classmates have also learned as much as or more than I did during the past 4 years. In the future, though we may have different destinations such as college, the military, or careers, every valuable bit of knowledge we acquired at FA will be our strongest support to face any of the challenge we meet. We should all be grateful for the past 4 years, which have prepared us well for the future. Speaking of appreciation, first of all, I would like to say thank you to my parents who supported my high school education. It was not an easy decision to let me study so far away from home in a foreign country. Next, I would like to thank all the teachers who inspired me, enlightened me, and educated me during these years. Without you, I was probably as naive and underexposed as I was 4 years ago. I would also like to appreciate my fellow classmates and friends. All of your humor, vitality, intelligence, and friendliness made me feel positive at FA and motivated me. The dorm parents, specifically, are the ones who make my dorm life interesting and comfortable. Finally, my special thanks goes to the entire community. The kindness of the community has made Dover my home far away from home. It has been truly my pleasure to have met all of you and gotten to know you over the past 4 years. I will be remiss if I didn't mention a few special things that I will miss. So here, in no particular order, it's my top 10 list of things I will miss the most. Number 10, messing around with Mr. Wayne Stroud and Mr. Levine. Number 9, writing physics lab reports in Mrs. Brennan's class. Number 8, playing golf at the Foxcroft golf course. Number 7, learning about sarcasm with Mr. Ernie Thomas. Number 6, believe it or not, staying up late in the dorm parents. Just don't tell dorm parents. Number 5, piano lessons with my teacher, Mrs. Allman. Number 4, Friday nights at Moonheen, which is a 4-year tradition. Number 3, the nervousness I feel when I step into Dr. Smith's classroom. Number 2, evenings in the library, which I consider to be my second dorm. And finally, number 1 is Mr. Shorey's Friday's Funny, so I rarely got them because of my weird sense of humor. So class of 2016, congratulations on your, and of course my graduation. I wish you the best for the future, and according to Ms. Winworth's advice, chillax. Have a great summer.
Great job. Thank you. Mr. Luis Ayala was selected to give the charge of the class of 2016. Mr. Ayala was born in Ecuador and moved to Virginia when he was 8 years old. Later, he served in the United States Army as a combat medic. He serves as the Dover Foxcroft youth coach in wrestling and soccer, along with coaching varsity wrestling and soccer at Foxcroft Academy for the past 16 years. During his high school coaching career, he's been named in soccer, he's been named Coach of the Year twice. During his wrestling coaching tenure, his team has won 6 state titles and has been named Coach of the Year also twice. Mr. Ayala has taught for 16 years total, 12 years at Foxcroft Academy. Mr. Ayala is married to Angela, class of 91, and he has 2 sons, Rico, who will be part of the class of 2020, and Tino, who's graduating today. It's my pleasure to introduce the class of 2016's faculty speaker, Mr. Luis Ayala.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2016. I'm so proud of you guys. 25 years ago, I was sitting in the gym among a sea of caps and gowns, just like you are today. I was graduating with my friends from high school and could not wait until the ceremony was over so we could be out of high school forever. So be patient. It will go by fast, just like these 4 years have. This has been such an amazing journey. It has not just been 4 years, it has been 13 years in the making. It all started the first time you stepped foot in school. There are moments in your life that you and your family always look forward to. Your first birthday, your first day of school, graduation day, the day you get married. So thank you for this under-serving moment. It is a great honor you have given me to speak on one of these great life moments. It has been an amazing journey, and I have had the great pleasure of being there all those years. From those long, painful elementary concerts, listening to you play the recorders, wow, to the awkward hormonal years of the middle school, to your 4 years here at FA. And I've been very fortunate to have been there, to have seen it firsthand, to see your great accomplishments. Making the varsity team, the first time you lettered, when you broke school records, scoring the winning goal, the winning touchdown, the winning basket, winning individual championships, to winning team championships. It has been an amazing journey. The first time you received an A in class, I was there for you. When you survived Mr. Smith's English class, wow. The moment when you finally understood what Mr. Stroud was teaching. Helping you perform so many hours of community service hours, I was there with you. To see you come from last place at homecoming to winning it all, and being there has been an amazing journey. You have come a long way from those early school years that some of you would cry when your parents would drop you off at school, to soon leaving home and going to the real world and spreading your wings and making your mark in the world. Yes, Mom and Dad, our babies are all grown up. It is true what they say. It takes a village to raise a child. And you all are our kids. And I've been very fortunate to have grown up in a community that values you, supports you, and encourages you. I hope that you always remember and are proud of where you came from, Dover Foxcroft, your village. Be proud that you graduated from Foxcroft Academy, a school that not only prepares you with the skills to succeed at college, but with the skills to be a productive citizen in your community. I'm always amazed with the multiple talents of our students. They are on the field competing one day, then the next day they are on stage performing or in a concert playing an instrument. These same students are in school clubs, the National Honor Society, the Key Club, or Student Council. You have made the most of your time here at Foxcroft Academy and have taken every opportunity given to you. It has been an amazing journey. I've always been fortunate as a coach of the boys soccer team and wrestling team to have coached some great athletes. What made them great was not only their athletic ability, but their willingness to work hard to be the best they could be. It was not the amount of time that they spent on the field or on the match practicing, but it was the effort they put in during that time. Thank you to all you seniors that I've coached all these years, for some of you, ever since kindergarten. I hope I was not only a good coach, but a good role model, a great mentor, and friend. You have a special place in my heart because it has been an amazing journey. Thank you to my advisor class for making these 4 years special. Thank you for participating in those great class activities and making the most of them. I wish we could have more Dunkin' Donut parties, but every time report cards come out, everyone had to pass their classes to get the party. And you know who that was. I hope you'll have learned as much from me as I have learned from you. I want to acknowledge some special students that will be making a sacrifice for all of us to maintain our freedom. I know exactly what they will be going through, what they will be facing. I made that same decision to join the military after graduating from high school. I can tell you it was one of the best choices I've made. I learned a lot and cherish every memory. It made me look at life in a different way. It made me appreciate where I came from. So please stand up, Maurice, Zach, Buddy, Sam, Trevor, and Chris. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are my heroes. Thank you. I know some of you are going to walk off stage today with no idea about what comes next. Embrace it. Find something that makes you happy and follow wherever it leads. It's all about the journey. Perfection is something that everyone strives for, yet no one achieves. Let the memory of the perfect sunrise over the horizon drive your inspirations to when you doubt your abilities in the future. Regardless of where the future takes you, all of you walk this part of your journey together here at FA. Cherish those memories. The next quotes all offer solid advice about making transition from Foxcroft Academy to the real world. Be wise enough not to be reckless, but brave enough to take the great risks. It's okay to fail. Learn from it, and you will succeed. And remember, you're never wrong if you do the right thing. As you move on to the next as you move on and the next school year approaches, I will miss some things. I will miss Allie Downey disrupting my class with her stories about the love for her horses and a great rodeo of stories. Haley Fortier always calling me by my middle name when she was mad at me. I will not miss that. The three amigos, Dylan, Blake, and Tina, coming to my class and telling me of all the great soccer formations and lineups they had for our soccer team. Every Carol telling me in the hallways to write people up. I thought she was nice. Write them up, right, Avery? My first stress buddy, Raquel Bozelli. Thank you for all the sweet treats. I know it made Camille jealous. Dasha telling me every morning how great of a driver I am. Stop sign. Where's Dasha? The great hugs from Connor Holmes always gave me, sometimes breaking my ribs, but I will miss them. And I will miss our midnight cup stacking crew. Thank you for the fun times. And for good old time's sake, one more time, Sam, I want you to tell it out loud and say it. I promise this time we won't tell you to shut up. Go ahead, Sam. Freebird. This final inspirational thought came to me as I was getting breakfast at 7 o'clock this morning. And after pulling an all-nighter, yes, an all-nighter on the last night before the last day of when the speech was due. But I wanted to stop and write this. In all the excitement of this special day, I hope you will not overlook the lasting value of people you have shared this meaningful journey with. The friends who decades from now will remember your face and character just as clearly as you will remember the school fighting song. Don't wait another minute to ask your classmates, your teachers, or any staff member for that email address or cell phone number. Or if you're old school like me, just mailing address. 25 years from today, you probably won't remember who your commencement speaker was or what he or she said. But I pray that each of you will never lose the important relationship formed in this extraordinary place with the old friends and new who believe in you and surround you now in caps and gowns. I have been to many graduations here at Foxcroft Academy, and I have heard some great speeches from some great colleagues. And I have wondered if I ever get a chance, would I be ready to give a great speech, one that is meaningful? I hope I made you proud because you have made me proud after all these years. It has been an amazing journey. Remember, don't cry because it is over, simply because it happened. Congratulations, class of 2016, Pony Pride.
Lori LaChance is Thomas College's 5th president and the first female alumna to lead the college in its 122-year history. From 2004 to 2012, Lori served as president and CEO of Maine Development Foundation, and prior to MDF, Lori served 3 governors as the Maine state economist. And before joining state government, she served as a corporate economist at Central Maine Power. A frequent author and a speaker on leadership, education, and the economy in Maine, Lori holds an undergraduate degree from Bowdoin College and an MBA from Thomas College, and an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the University of Maine at Presque Isle. She's been the recipient of several awards and was inducted to the Maine Women's Hall of Fame in 2014 and the Foxcroft Academy Academic Hall of Fame in the May of 2012. Lori serves on several boards, including Educate Maine, Educare Central Maine, and the Maine Arts Commission, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston's Community Development Advisory Council, and the Foxcroft Academy Board of Trustees. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the class of 2016's guest speaker, 1979 Foxcroft Academy graduate, Foxcroft Academy trustee, and president of Thomas College, Lori LaChance.
Well, good afternoon. I can't even begin to tell you what an honor it is to be with you today to celebrate with the class of 2016. It's a time you and your families have been looking forward to for a very long time. It's your day, and I hope you'll just revel in this entire occasion. It was exactly 37 years ago today that I stood up here addressing my own class. I was absolutely shaking my entire body. But as I looked out over this audience, I looked and saw family, friends, fellow graduates, teachers and coaches that I'd had, and felt that supportive community, and it gave me great calm. And while the years have passed, I've got to say it's really great to be home. A couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to talk with some of the graduating seniors. About 15 of them took some time just to chat with me, and I really was interested in what made this class unique and interesting and special. And I've got to say, after chatting with them, my impression can be summed up in one word: wow. I was blown away by their poise, their confidence, and their comfort. I was impressed by their honesty and their candor. I was inspired by their knowledge and their openness to the world around them. And I was touched by their pride in each other and their open acceptance of each other's differences, from different backgrounds, different interests, a real respect. When I asked what was special about this class, they spoke of great pride with team accomplishments, seemingly winning in every single sport, either a state or regional championship. They shared with me that this class loves to laugh, that it has many talented actors and actresses, accomplished musicians and artists. They spoke of aspirations, dreams, a deep commitment to community service. And they spoke of a great love for each other, for their families, and for their teachers. Hailing from 6 towns, 9 other countries, 113 distinct individuals united as one class. Wow. In my brief conversations, if that's any indication, parents, you are to be congratulated. You have obviously instilled confidence and great self-respect in your children. Faculty, you are to be congratulated. You've certainly given these amazing young people a thirst for knowledge and inquiry, a broader perspective of the world around them, and an environment that fosters mutual respect. Trustees and administrators, you are to be congratulated. You've provided a safe haven for experimentation, for exposure to different areas of study, and many opportunities to broaden the experience in the knowledge base. But most of all, members of the class of 2016, you are to be congratulated for your hard work, your dedication, and all that we celebrate today. Although you and I passed through Foxcroft Academy at distinctly different times, we share a great deal. We share common roots, roots that have sustained and nourished me throughout my adult life, and roots that I hope you will cherish and fully appreciate as you go through the next years of your life. For some of you, I may have gone to school with parents, grandparents, other relatives. I had some of the same teachers and coaches that you did, people who really shaped and touched my life. We share a common heritage, part of this wonderful school, this building, this gym that I love, the beautiful grounds, the traditions. To understand and fully appreciate this institution, it may help to know a little bit of history about Foxcroft Academy. The Academy is a really special place. It was built on a strong set of principles that have served the community for nearly 2 centuries. The Academy was chartered in 1823. The trustees had 1 year to raise $1,500 in funds and properties and to begin instruction, or their charter would have been revoked. 1 year, which is difficult in any situation, but there were only 211 residents, and the entire valuation of the town was only $1,140. But they did it. They were tenacious, they were people of vision and commitment, they met the challenge, and the Academy opened. In the first 50 years, it shows that at one point, there were 3 teachers teaching 140 students who ranged in age from 8 to 21. That's tenacity. A larger, more modern school was built. Physics and chemistry labs were added. This building was built and started its construction in the 50s to accommodate the growing enrollment. At the time, in the 19th century, there were 122 academies that were chartered, and Foxcroft is one of only a handful that have survived and thrived. This is a true testament to who we are as a community. It's a community of leadership, of vision, of perseverance. That's who we are. That's our roots. The Academy has always been ahead of its time. The early records showed the Academy honored diversity in its faculty. They developed curriculum through the years to try to meet individual needs. They developed a classical course of study, then an academic course. Then they added college prep, a business course, an agricultural course, technology courses now. Each change served the unique needs of the different students. Foxcroft was way ahead of its time. It had physical education 30 years before anybody else was required, and technical education 70 years before anyone else. These are our roots, the roots we share, a rich tradition of innovation, growth, success, and a commitment to education for every student. There's one other thing we share, going to high school in a small town. You might be shocked to find that when I was here with my classmates, we thought Dover was a little sleepy, a little lacking of things to do. Ironically, that's why the academies were put in towns just like Dover-Foxcroft. It was commonly held belief that the cities provided way too much distraction. In fact, the 1843 catalog assured the parents the village offers the student every accommodation without presenting anything of an exciting kind that would draw his attention away from his studies. So there you have it. That's why the Academy is here. So today, before we say our final congratulations and goodbyes, I'd like to take you back in time to when you were a child. And the adults in your life would ask the age-old question, what do you want to be when you grow up? How many times have each of us heard that since we were children? And if you're anything like my friends, we had a wide array of answers. We wanted to be a teacher, a firefighter, an astronaut, a policeman, a lawyer, a doctor, you name it, a pro athlete, a singer, all kinds of things. Then you fast forward to high school, and the questions just keep on coming. Where do you want to go to college? What do you want to major in? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to be when you grow up? Some of you, it's very clear what you want to do, and that's great. There are many of you who have no idea which path you want to pursue. There's so many options and so many interests, and that's okay too. Some of us, it takes a longer time to figure out what that path is. But as we're growing up, we focus on what we want to be. And I've grown to understand we need to focus on who we want to be. As you prepare for life after Foxcroft Academy, I'd like to share 5 pieces of advice with you as you decide who you want to be. And I think it can be summed up in a very simple phrase. It was actually mentioned earlier. As parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, more than anything else, our hopes and dreams for you is that you will be happy. Let me spell it out what I mean. Be happy. H. Be honest. Always, always, always be honest with yourself and with others. Someone else can take away everything you own, your car, your home, your possessions, but only you can give away your good name. And once you do, it's very hard to get it back. Integrity is your single greatest career asset and personal asset. Always be honest. A, be appreciative. Consciously find something to be grateful for in every single day, in every person you encounter, every situation you go through. You see, I've found that the single greatest way to be happy, truly happy in your life, is to cultivate a grateful heart. And it's going to sound funny, but if you take time every day to write down 5 things you're thankful for, even on the worst days of your life, there are things to be thankful for. You'll start looking at the world in terms of all that you have instead of all that you don't. B, be present. Be fully present to the people around you. Value your friends and family. Never let them down. I've learned the hard way that life is very fragile and frequently too short. Tell your family and friends how much you love them. Let your actions show how much you care. Be there for them. Be fully present. The next P in happy comes from my favorite bumper sticker. Be the person your dog thinks you are. Think about that for just a moment. Think how a dog feels about their owner. Dogs think their masters are absolutely the best people in the whole wide world. They love you unconditionally. Not cats. Cats are moody. Cats will punish you if you're away for too long. But dogs think you are the kindest, most generous, most loving human being on the planet. So be that person. Be that person. And last but certainly not least, why? Be yourself. As you consider who you want to be when you grow up, remember to simply be yourself. Each and every one of you has a unique gift to bring to this world. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of where you come from. And be proud of all you have accomplished and will accomplish. Everyone here today is very proud of you, and we're here to celebrate and help you succeed in the years ahead. As I look back over my own graduation, I realize it's far less of an ending and far more of a beginning. You stand here today on the threshold, and you hold in your hands, head, and heart tremendous potential. You can do anything. You can go anywhere. You can be whoever you want to be. They say that parents give their children 2 precious gifts, roots and wings. Wings give you joy, excitement, and growth. Roots give you contentment, happiness, and strength. Now's the time to test your wings and to fly, but always know you have your roots right here to catch you when you fall. And so to you, the graduates of Foxcroft Academy's class of 2016, and to your families who have nurtured you and supported you, to the teachers, coaches, trustees, and many community members who have invested in you, instructed you, challenged you, and inspired you, I offer my sincere congratulations. From those from China or Taiwan, Konzi. For those from Turkey, Trebikla. For those from Korea, Chukha Hemnida. For those from Vietnam, Sin Chok Mang. For those from Ukraine, Mwavitanya. For those from Egypt, Mebruk. For those from Denmark, Teluka. For those from Italy, Congratulazioni. Please forgive me for everything I mispronounced just then. But please know my congratulations come from the heart. Best wishes to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2016. It is my pleasure to be presenting this year's scholarships to graduates and postgraduates. Postgraduates, if you're here, I ask that you stand in place when your name is announced so that we can recognize you. And please know that you can pick up your scholarship in the main office following graduation. Our first scholarship this evening is the Clyde F. Nason Award in memory of Clyde Nason to an ambitious senior or postgraduate from Quebec who is a descendant of Clyde Nason or a student pursuing post-secondary education. Clyde was a cabinet maker by trade and enjoyed his family, hunting and fishing, and preserving our forests and rivers. The recipient this year is Avery Carroll. The Fred Washburn Scholarship was established by friends and family of Fred and Hattie Washburn. Mr. Washburn was a skilled carpenter who wrote 2 books of poetry. Mr. and Mrs. Washburn had 9 children who graduated from Foxcroft Academy. This year's recipient is Cody Strout. The Gary M. Hibbard Scholarships were established by Gary M. Hibbard and his wife Jane in 1982 and go to a graduate with outstanding moral character and proven scholastic ability pursuing a career in business or the medical profession. This year's recipient is Desiree Braun. And postgraduate Lindsay Arno. The Henry and Louise Garish Scholarship goes to a senior who demonstrated scholastic excellence in the college preparatory course and participated in extracurricular activities with preference to a student who will attend Bates College. This year's recipient is Madison Fadley. The Higgins Classical Institute Trustees Scholarships are for graduates of FA residing in Charleston to help with expenses of post-secondary education. This year's recipients are Brittany Adkins, Angelina Bazzelli, and Tanner Strout. The Hiram A. Braun Scholarship is awarded to a graduate of good character and of good scholarship for advanced education beyond the secondary level. This year's recipient is James Smith. The John B. Weatherby Scholarship is awarded to a student who has demonstrated high achievement in athletics and academics. This year's recipient is Kimberly Hansen. The Joshua Josh Lander Scholarship was established in memory of Joshua Robert Lander, class of '93, to a senior to further his education who has shown fine character and athletic ability and has played football at FA. This year's recipient is Brandon Brock. The Nickerson and O'Day Incorporated Construction Engineering Scholarship is given to a senior with high academic achievement and plans for post-secondary study in construction management, engineering, architecture, or related field. This year's recipient is Cooper Nelson. The Philip C. Hintz Scholarship was established by members and friends of the Dover Foxcroft Methodist Church in recognition of the contribution Mr. Hintz has made to the many area students he has tutored. This year's recipient is Callie Bates. The Richard Davis Stone and Anna D. Stone Scholarship was established in memory of Richard Davis Stone, class of '73, who was involved in dance and concert bands and NHS. This year's recipient is Cooper Nelson. The Robert George Davey Fund was established in memory of Robert George Davey by the will of Margaret C. Davey in memory of her son for an FA graduate who wishes to pursue a higher education. This year's recipient is Antonio Ayala. The Robert T. Mountford Jr. Memoriam was established in memory of Robert T. Mountford Jr., class of '72. It is awarded to a graduate pursuing a career in special education or rehabilitation of problem youth. This year's recipient is postgraduate Samantha Donahue. The Trey Anderson Trophy and Scholarship is awarded to a senior boy who participates in football, basketball, baseball, or wrestling, and who demonstrates outstanding athletic ability, competitive spirit, desire, dedication, and pride in FA athletics. This year's recipient is Judson Hunter Smith. The Walter H. and Eva Burgess Scholarship was bequeathed by the late Myra L. Burgess to graduates of FA of good character and good scholarship. This year's recipient is Caleb Woodard. The Monson Academy Alumni Association Awards are given to, there are 4 of them that are going to Ashley Pina right now. The Constance McPherson Award, the Esther Pennington Award, the Into Suomi Award, and the Margaret Davis Farnham Award go to Ashley Pina. The L.P. Gatrell Award goes to postgraduate Annie Rich. And the William W. Robinson Award goes to postgraduate Desiree LeBlanc. The Monson Academy trustees also have some awards. The Forrest Stevens Award goes to postgraduate Nathaniel Faleke. The Robert B. Brown and Joyce E. Brown Award goes to Judson Hunter Smith. And the Stanwood R. and Marie S. Pullen Award goes to postgraduate Joanna Pansera. The Monson Academy Trustees General Awards go to postgraduates Kelly Erickson and Desiree LeBlanc. The Foxcroft Academy trustees have a number of scholarships as well. The C.D. and Helen Dyer Payne Scholarship is awarded to the highest average for 4 years for a graduating senior to attend a 4-year college. This year's recipient is Gabriella Johnson. The Charles V. and Florence C. Ladd Scholarships are given from the Ladd Fund to students who are pursuing a course of study beyond high school. The following postgraduates are recipients this year: Amber Anderson, Lindsay Arno, Whitney Arno, Miranda Church, Montana Crossman, Jessica Curtin, Spencer Desimone, Gabriella Fevens, Chelsea Gurley, Emily Higgins, Catherine Morrison, Eli Olson, Joanna Pansera, Abigail Simmons, Jessica Simpson, Marielle Thomas, Jamie Wood, and Sebastian Zepeda. The Clayton and Ina Drew Scholarship is awarded to a postgraduate pursuing a career as a pharmacist or a career in business. This year's recipient is postgraduate Julia Annis. The George W. and Gertrude M. Sanford Scholarships were established by the Sanfords. This year's recipients are graduates Dylan Harmon Weeks, Cooper Nelson, and Renee Smith. Also receiving this award this year are postgraduates Dexter Canning, Nathaniel Faleke, and Samuel Keene. The Harry Martin Bush and Lillian Rogers Bush scholarships are awarded to a graduate with good scholastic record and to promote his or her interest in electrical engineering, communications, science, medicine, or intensive original research. This year's graduate recipients are Connor Jones, Savannah Scudder, and James Smith. Postgraduates receiving this award this year are Clayton Carroll, Monica Miles, Fern Morrison, and Alexander Stevens. The Howard T. Clark Scholarships are awarded to graduates of Foxcroft Academy based on academic attainment and character. This year's graduate recipients are Nathaniel Church and Judson Hunter Smith. This award also is going this year to postgraduates Sarah Phillips and Han Suk-yu. The Jane Weldon Delgren Scholarships were established by Mrs. Delgren, born in Yonkers, New York in 1901, who summered at Packard's camps and moved to Dover Foxcroft upon the death of her husband. Funds were willed to the FA trustees to award to a graduate. This year's graduate recipient is Angelina Bazzelli. Postgraduate Catherine Berger is also receiving that award this year. The Lester and Edith Miles Kluge Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior planning to attend a four-year college and who has been a Dover Foxcroft resident for at least 5 years with a grade point average of 3.0 or higher. This year's recipient is Ivy Dow. The Malcolm C. Arnold and Arlene W. Arnold scholarships are given to a senior boy or girl, preference given to any student planning to attend Bowdoin College. This year's recipients are Brittany Adkins and Jason Thompson. The Margaret Buswell Nash scholarships are awarded to a graduate of FA who is in good academic standing and intends to further his or her education. This year's graduate recipient is Tanner Strout. This year's postgraduate recipient is Nicholas Boyd. The Martha Woodbury Kurth Scholarship is awarded to a student planning to attend the University of Maine at Orono, preferably in the field of nursing. This year's recipient is Desiree Braun. The Myron, Mike, and Joyce Johnston Dean Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior of academic merit who has proven scholastic ability and been accepted to a four-year college or university. This year's recipient is Hannah Fairbrother. The Raymond and Marilyn Harvey Scholarship is awarded to a senior pursuing post-secondary education in the agricultural fields. This year's recipient is postgraduate Drew Smith. The Taylor Family Sebec Scholarships are awarded to seniors who reside in Sebec with a grade point average of at least 3.0. This year's recipients are Avery Carroll and Hunter Giacomuzzi. The Teresa Dow Wallace Scholarships were established in memory of Teresa Dow Wallace, class of 1920, by her husband F.J. Wallace. awarded annually to seniors for general overall excellence in the completion of their high school curricula. This year's recipients are Antonio Ayala, Raquel Bazzelli, Madison Fadley, June Yube Matthew Kim, Sophia Curzius, and Dasha Melikova. The Teresa Velasquez Kluge Scholarship is awarded to a graduating senior planning to attend a 4-year college who has been a Dover Foxcroft resident for at least 5 years with a grade point average of 3.0 or higher to honor Mrs. Kluge's life of service as an educator. This year's recipients are Mitchell Chassie and Elizabeth Rummery. The W. Ward and Margaret S. Weber Memorial Scholarship was established by the family of W. Ward and Margaret S. Weber to assist graduating seniors that are continuing on to college. Ward strongly believed in the value and importance of education and in the opportunities that a quality education provides. This year's recipient is Blake Arno. The Helen Dillon Stitham Valedictorian Award was established by Linus Stitham, MD, as a gift to his wife in 1978. This is awarded to the senior who has maintained the highest academic average and has attended Foxcroft Academy for at least 3 years. This year's recipient is Gabriella Johnson.
I have a special presentation to a young man who has accomplished a great deal athletically in his 4 years at Foxcroft Academy. As a scholar athlete, he was a member of NHS and a standout athlete in football, basketball, indoor and outdoor track. He received a 5-year scholarship and will be attending the University of Maine this fall, playing for the Black Bear football team. At this time, I would like to present to Hunter Smith this basketball, which he scored his 1,000th point this past winter. Hunter. All right, cool. Yep. So every graduation, the head of school has the honor of selecting seniors for the head of school prizes. And as you can tell by this class, it's a very difficult task. There are many deserving graduates this year. This year, there are 2 recipients. Both young ladies have given their heart and soul to Foxcroft Academy, and they embody hard work, great attitude, and courage. The first recipient is an accomplished 3-season athlete, a Rose Award recipient, a member of the National Honor Society, an AP scholar, and was selected for the MPA Principals Award. She's been very involved in the life of the school, serving as student council president, class president, key club president, and has served over 500 hours of community service. She plans to attend the University of Connecticut to study biomedical engineering, and I'm pleased to award one of the head of school prizes to Avery Carroll. The second recipient has played field hockey and tennis for all 4 years and has participated on the swim team. She's been a member of Student Council, Key Club, is a vice president of the National Honor Society, a Rose Award recipient. She's served her community by completing close to 200 hours of community service and has been a major contributor to the Foxcroft Alumni Magazine, as well as providing graphic design for the Pine Tree Hospice. She plans to attend High Point University, where she'll major in graphic design. I'm pleased to award the other head of school prize to Madison Fadley. That's just a little sample of the talent that's in this class. Before I introduce our next speaker, the picture area for the awarding of diplomas will be over in that area where Mr. Guthrie, he's kind of pushing things back right now. Mr. Graham Pearsall will be there taking pictures for the school. You can time, as the graduates come across, we'll pose for you right over in that area. But it is my honor and privilege to introduce the valedictorian, Gabriella Johnson. Gabby is the daughter of David and Tanya Johnson of Dover Foxcroft. She's a Rose Award recipient, member of National Honor Society, a peer mentor, and member of the Key Club. Gabby's been a member and co-captain of the varsity swim and softball teams, as well as a member of the PRYMCA and USA swim teams. Gabby plans to study biology at Westminster College in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, and then to continue her education by going on to medical school. She also plans to swim on the Westminster varsity swim team while in college. It is my honor to introduce Gabriella Johnson, valedictorian of the class of 2016. So I think Mr. Smith took your plaques off.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Hi. Students, friends, family, faculty, and staff, we are gathered here today for one sole reason. The class of 2016 is graduating. My peers sit here before you as you experience their final goodbye to Foxcroft Academy while saying hello to new beginnings. This is a very surreal moment for us as we leave this establishment to either further our education, join the service, or enter the workforce. For some of us, we grew up together, while others joined us within the past 4 years from all around the world. We are connected through the pony pride, the tradition, determination, and diversity that comes with being a true pony. As Michael has described how we have grown as a class, I would like to emphasize the qualities that make us different from other classes. This class has a strong sense of community. Every student here has done 36 hours of community service or more during his or her time here at Foxcroft Academy. It is not only how much we volunteer as a class, but how we come together to help others, particularly during times of tragedy. For each incident we have encountered, we have done everything we could to support those families in need. We can do anything when we set our minds to it. One way this has been shown is through the drive to win the Golden Pony every single year by participating in all the events that occur during Homecoming, Winter Carnival, and Spring Fling. Even though these past 3 years we have lost by a minuscule amount, it does not make us back down from the challenge. We persevere, work together as a team, and become stronger because of it. That's why we won it this year. This class consists of one of the last generations who grew up playing outdoors without technology. We are special in a way that we can say we know what it is like to live without such advanced technology, but at the same time, we do know what it is like. A majority of this class is made up of active students who participate in school activities, clubs, and sports. I believe that is because we grew up playing outdoors. We want to keep that going for as long as possible. Some of us are even going to advance to the collegiate level. This quality that we possess not only contributes to our athletic and academic pursuits, but also to how we communicate with one another. We can carry on a conversation in person without having to Snapchat, iMessage, or text like younger generations don't know how to. This is a great trait that makes us more personable than others who are younger than we. When we came to this institution, we were promised that our past would stay in the past and that this was our chance to have a fresh start. We have reached this point again where we will disperse to pursue our individual paths. As valedictorian, I am supposed to give you advice that will motivate you guys to become a better person or to encourage you to do great things. But you already have the attributes that you need to overcome any obstacle that obstructs your path. My advice to you, the students of the class of 2016, is to be who you want to be, not what others want you to be. When faced with a situation where others want you to change, rise above that negativity that those people project onto you. Congratulations and ride on ponies.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. It is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to read the names of our graduates as we now begin the process of presenting them with their diplomas. So a reminder, if you want to take photos, please head over to stage right, the left side of the stage, and there's space over there for you to do so as your graduate comes across the stage. Brittany R. Adkins. Callie Jean Bates. Raquel Joan Bazzelli. Azrae Shaitan Brainerd. Desiree Yvonne Braun. Angelina Grace Bazzelli. Avery Brooke Carroll. Madison Wilson Chadbourne. Jennifer Rianne Clausen. Abraham Robert Simpson. Brandon Reed Brock. Paul Nelson Birtwhistle. Sage Bergman. Maurice Robert Beauchesne. Devin Robert Baird. Antonio Luis Ayala. Blake Allen Arno. Noah Joseph Allen. Vanessa Marie Crockett. Lois Marie Day. Alexandria Nicole Damaris. Ivy Brooke Dow. Allie Jean Downey. Madison Page Fadley. Hannah Nicole Fairbrother. Haley Ann Fortier. Danae Rowan Greenlaw.
Rowan.
Jing Guo. Harry Gong. Hunter Giacomuzzi. Trevor Jordan Crocker. Cameron Wade Cookson. Nathaniel Kevin Church. Yu Chen. Arthur Chen. Mitchell Paul Chassie. Zachary Scott Karen. Tuan Bui. Kimberly Lynn Hansen. Gabriella Hunter Johnson. Sophia Marie Curzius. Elisha Machado. Man Estella May. Darina Melikova. Alyssa Marie Nelson. Katera Knoll. Ashley R. Pina. Elizabeth Marie Rumry. June Yu Matthew Kim. Connor J. A. Jones. Kai Kuo Su. Connor Reynold Holmes. Christopher R. Hobbs. Brandon J. Hassel. Dylan David Harmon Weeks. Travis Hanners. Tony Gu. Jared Grinnell. Alice Russo. Elena Russo. Savannah Marie Scudder. Laura Lynn Shorey. Renee Elizabeth Smith. Misty Stewart. Mackenzie Rose Stone. Kendra Lee Stubbs. Zoe Mae Underwood. Cassidy Rose Vautier. Michael Devin Pendris. Cooper Nelson. Christopher Melia. David Mason. Samuel R. Lunn. James Loring. Kenneth J. Lizotte. Louis Liu. Carrie Kong. Cho Kim. Rebecca Lynn Wallace. Michaela Wheaton Barnett. Connie Lu Shao. Yang Yu. Judson Hunter Smith. James Dillon Smith. Brian S. Sletterink. Ahmed Salim. Blaine Robinson. Liam Connor Reel. Cameron Alexander Plord. Gabriel Paul Paquette. Wee Min Fan. Lee D. Perkins. Caleb James Woodard. Shu Wong Michael. Joseph Henry Raphael Villavicencio. Yun Ting Sai. Jason Alec Thompson. Burke Tesgular. Tanner Lee Strout. Cody Michaels Strout. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Ethan Annis, Vice President of the Foxcroft Academy Board of Trustees.
It was 13 years ago that I sat up here with my fellow classmates, and I have the same hope for all of you today that I had for them, and that was that your experiences here helped mold you to become who you are today and gave you the confidence to grasp it, but also challenge you to become who you want to be. So, and on behalf of the Foxcroft Academy Board of Trustees, congratulations to the class of 2016.
So now I have to ask the audience to remain seated during the recessional. The exits to the gym are here on this side. And if you'd like to meet the graduates after the recessional, we do have some cookies and drinks out in the main hallway, and then you can go to maybe some less crowded areas of the school. It's all open so that you can celebrate with your loved ones. Thank you.